Hello everybody, Lloyd Hook here, IO Swiss Arrow. Wanted to show you some of the updates we've made to the AX1 app. This is just our regular map view here. So this is showing me in my office here in near Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And so I just wanted to first start out with at the bottom, well, you see this kind of gray block here with the gear and in the side. So if you click on the gear button, it'll give you some available fields that we can display. Some of these are for external devices and won't be applicable to the data you have just on your iPad. But if you have an external device like a LaVille bomb, then you can get air data and other things like that. So let's just start out, select altitude. I'm going to get the altitude that we have, maybe the ground speed. One of the new things we've put into the app in the last couple updates was terrain altitude. So we can actually click on ground elevation. That'll give us the elevation that we have directly below us, and then we can even do AGL altitude if we're interested in that. And then maybe we can put vertical velocity on there to kind of give us a nice set of data that we can always be looking at in our tabs in our app. So I'll save that. And now you can see here 750 feet altitude, ground elevation 752. I'm inside, so the GPS isn't great, but I think that's pretty close. One of the other things I want to show you is now we have a demo mode, so that'll give you an idea of what the app is like in flight. You can always hook up to the X-Plane simulator if you like, and then fly around with that and practice using the app with the simulator before you take it into your airplane. So let's go to the demo mode now. So if I go to settings, the tab on top for settings, so I'll actually, first thing I want to do, let's go to the setup tab here and I'll show you this thing with the setup tab. So this is really a way to calibrate your attitude firmware in your iOS device. So right now I'm kind of holding the app up, and so it looks like I'm kind of pitched up to 55 degrees. If I lay the app or the iPad flat, you'll see that it's pretty close to zero. I have roll, there's a right roll, there's a left roll, and then I have a heading. So right now I'm around 175 degrees. We're still working on the attitude display, but it's a lot better than it was. And so if I want to mount the app into the airplane, so I can go something like this, which is holding the app straight up. If I click on upright, then that'll give us something that's more close to, this is directly upright, but let's just say I mount the thing in my airplane and it's a little bit off. I might want that so I can point the display towards my eyes, which is maybe a little bit up from where the mount is. But that's fine. If you want to do that, then what you need to do is to push the Calibrate Attitude button at the bottom left. And once I push that, I have to get everything still. And then when I push that, it'll zero the pitch and roll. And so now everything's kind of calibrated to that. Let's see. I'm kind of moving it around a little bit. It doesn't like that. There we go. So now everything's calibrated to zero pitch and roll based on however I mount the thing in my airplane. So now going back to settings here, I'll show you the demo mode, which is the second main tab down. If I turn that on, now it'll do a demo of a flight I did out of Gundy's, which I just did takeoff and landing, stayed in the pattern the whole way. So this is my airport, Gundy's Airport here. And now I want to quickly switch over to the new synthetic vision view. So you'll see that we see the runway there. It's the 3.5 marker. I'm taking off 1.7 in this particular one. Give you kind of a rundown of all the things that are on the synthetic vision view. So first of all, we're bringing terrain into the app now. So you can see in front of the airplane, you'll see some shadows, and that's the actual terrain. It's not very dramatic because it's pretty flat around here, but you'll see the terrain there. The pitch attitude that I had at this particular point in my flight was around, it looks like 8 degrees or whatever, and the flight path marker, which is the circle with the two lines out the sides, that's basically giving me an idea of where my airplane is flying. So here I'm doing a bank to the left, and you'll see at the bottom the semicircle gives you that I'm at about a 15-degree bank there, going to a 20-degree bank, and I'm just now turning crosswind right now is what I'm doing. So on the left, you'll see ground speed. Now, if you have a LaVille bomb or some other external device that gives you air data, you can also display airspeed there. Heading on the top tape, and then on the right, we'll have altitude MSL on the right tape there. So let's switch back to the map real quick, and you'll see. I just wanted to remind everybody while this demo is running, you can click on the things in the map just like you were flying. So I'm gonna click on my runway there, and I'll just do a direct route. So that'll give me a vector, that magenta line that I can line my flight path line, the blue one, up with to fly straight to the runway. Also, if I go back to the data display here, the little gear, I can scroll down, and here is like course to next. And so I can hit course to next, save that. And now you'll see I need to get something like a 270 degree heading to be able to get back to Gundy's. So I obviously know where Gundy's is here. I'm scroll out a little bit. This is Tulsa International to the southwest. So if I click on that, just want to remind everybody, it gives you information about Tulsa International. It gives you the runways and the frequencies, these type of things. If I click on METAR, it'll give us, this is the current METAR for today, right now at this time, so 260 at 20 gust 29. And altimeter, visibility, sky conditions, all the things you would expect to see in the METAR. We also have TAF, and then the wind temp at altitude gives you all of that. So I'm going to close that, and let's go back to the synthetic vision display. So first thing is you'll see that we still have the data at the bottom of the display. Now we're going to do a lot of updates to the synthetic vision view over the course of the next several months, so be looking for those. And so I'm base right now. I'm turning final, left turn, final, and at the top you'll start to see, first of all, you'll see that the train goes yellow. That means my elevation or my altitude of the airplane is less than 500 feet above the terrain. That's yellow, and if we have terrain in front of us that's higher, it'll be colored red. Okay, so you'll see 17 coming up on 17, and for landing, the flight path vector is pretty close to the end of the runway there, so I know that I'm flying towards the end of the runway, and I'm not going to overshoot it. We'll go ahead and wait. I'm at 54 knots here, so we'll go ahead and wait, and you can see the landing in the synthetic vision view as the runway comes in. So I'll start to do my flare probably around now. There's my flare coming in. Obviously, don't be looking at this display when you're doing the landing. You should be looking at the runway. This is just for the demo purposes. Okay, and there's the landing there. So back to the map here. I can cancel the demo mode anytime. I don't want you guys to get confused about what the airplane's doing and the fact that you're in demo mode. So just if I push the cancel button, that'll turn off demo mode, and you'll see that now I'm back to the GPS from the iOS device down here in Broken Arrow. So that's it, guys. Thanks. Quite a bit of changes this time for our app. So definitely let us know if there's any, if you find any issues, or if you want to see anything in the future that could help you to fly your best. Thanks a lot.